Dumont Nickel Project, a shovel-ready green nickel project in Quebec이라는 주제로 조나 무이노넨 마그네토 인베스트먼트 LP 대표님께서 또 발표를 해주시겠습니다. Now we have Jonah Uminonen, CEO of Magneto Investment LP, will be presenting about the new Dumont Nickel Project, a shovel-ready green nickel project in Quebec.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi. Hi, I'm Jonah Moinanen, and I'm the president of Dumont Nickel Magneto Investments Limited, a limited partnership. I'd like to thank you for your time. I'd also like to thank Carez and Investissement Quebec for inviting me here to speak to you today. And as a note, all the dollar values discussed today are in US dollars, and all the technical information can be found in a 43101 compliant technical report located on our website, www.dumontnickel.com. The Dumont Nickel Cobalt Project is one of the few large-scale and fully permitted nickel cobalt sulfide projects in a low-risk jurisdiction that will be capable of delivering over 35,000 tons of nickel annually for 30 years to begin to satisfy the significant expected growth in the nickel and cobalt demand driven by the battery sector. The project is 100% owned by Waterton Global Resource Management. The deposit is located approximately 25 kilometers west of Amos, Quebec. Amos is in the Abitibi region near two regional mining centers, Val-d'Or and Rouen. The region has a rich mining history with supportive local communities that have skilled local workforces for both construction and operation. The Dumont deposit has significant major infrastructure already in place. It is located directly next to an all-weather paved highway and a rail line passing through the southern portion of the property with high voltage power 8 kilometers away. The Dumont Nickel Project is fully permitted, shovel-ready project that prioritizes producing nickel with a low carbon footprint and strong stakeholder support in a Tier 1 mining jurisdiction. In 2019, a feasibility study update was completed for the Dumont Nickel Project. The study confirmed the economic feasibility of the deposit with a strong rate of return of 15.4% and a $920 million net present value. These results confirm that Dumont is a large-scale, long-life asset producing an average of 39,000 tons of nickel in concentrate per year with a 30-year mine life. The project will start up with the first phase producing 33,000 tons of nickel per year and expanding to 50,000 tons of nickel by year 8. Dumont is a structurally low-cost mine from both a capital and operating perspective. Inexpensive, clean hydropower with enough capacity to power this project is located 8 kilometers away. The project's proximity to population centers means no camp is required, either for construction or operation. The geometry of the ore body results in a low strip ratio of 1:1, and the waste that we do have to remove is non-acid generating. Our tails are also non-acid generating, which means they don't have to be stored underwater to prevent acid mine drainage, leading to lower capital, operating, and restoration costs. The conventional flow sheet is relatively standard for most nickel flotation plants, and the processes and reagents used are the same used in many other nickel mills in Canada. Dumont will produce a high-grade 30% nickel sulfide concentrate that can feed the battery industry. Dumont's operating cash cost is expected to be in the second quartile, with a C1 cash cost of $3.22 per pound and an all-in sustaining cost of $3.80 a pound, which gives Dumont the long-term flexibility to generate cash over the entire nickel price cycle. The project is permitted both federally and provincially in a great mining jurisdiction in the Abitibi region of Quebec. Early on in the development and study process, we engage with local stakeholders through a voluntary consultation process to integrate stakeholder input into project design. Our relationship with the local community remains strong. In 2017, we signed an impacts and benefit agreement with the local Abitibi-Winni First Nation. Increased electrification of the project through the addition of a trolley assist haulage to the mine plan reduced our diesel consumption by 30% in the 2019 study compared to the previous study in 2013. The increased use of hydroelectric power and the carbon sequestration potential of the waste rock and tails could make the nickel and cobalt produced from Dumont some of the greenest in the world. The tailings and waste rock could potentially store up to 85% of the project's greenhouse gas emissions. We have been actively quantifying the capacity of the Dumont waste to sequester carbon dioxide from the atmosphere since 2011 with the installation of 2 test cells on the project site. In the 2019 study, we made changes to our tailings deposition plan to increase the exposure of tailings to the atmosphere to improve this sequestration potential. In summary, Dumont represents one of the only large-scale, fully permitted nickel cobalt sulfide projects located in a top-tier jurisdiction and is well positioned to capitalize on the significant growth in the nickel and cobalt demand driven by the electric vehicle and battery sector. We have spent the last 13 years advancing the project by establishing excellent relationships with the local communities, securing all of the required permits to begin construction, and completing an updated feasibility study to confirm the project's economics. Now, Dumont is substantially de-risked, fully permitted, shovel-ready nickel project with production possible in less than 3 years from the date of financing. Dumont is ready to answer the growing demand from the battery industry. Thank you very much for listening.